Welcome and thank you for joining this immersive journey into speaking real, confident English. If you're here to truly understand how to develop fluency in English, not just memorize rules or repeat textbook dialogues, you're in the right place. My name is Layla Stella, and I'm here to guide you through a powerful experience with Speak Real English, a community and method built entirely around the way real people speak, listen, and connect in English. You may already know me, or this could be your first time meeting me. Either way, I'm excited you're here, and I want to share something personal, something real, and something that can truly change the way you learn English. I'm not here to teach you in a traditional classroom style, and you'll soon see why that old way of learning doesn't really work when it comes to fluency. What you're going to learn today has nothing to do with memorizing grammar charts or drilling vocabulary lists. It has everything to do with discovering how people actually become fluent in a second language. Before we dive in, let me tell you a bit about my background and the story behind Speak Real English. From a young age, I've always been fascinated with languages. I loved learning words, mimicking accents, and figuring out how different people express the same idea. But it wasn't until I tried to speak a second language that I realized something was missing from traditional education. I studied languages in school, but when it came to actually having a conversation, I found myself stuck. Teachers would focus on grammar rules and reading comprehension, but speaking skills were left behind. That's when I decided to find another way. I stepped out of the classroom, I started engaging with native speakers, I joined conversations in real life, and slowly, I began to speak. It wasn't perfect, but it was real. That's when Speak Real English began to take shape in my mind. Speak Real English is more than just a method. It's a way of thinking about language as something living and dynamic. This project began several years ago with a simple idea: to help learners like you develop fluency in English the same way you learned your first language, through natural exposure, real conversations, and consistent practice. I've spent years putting together a system that reflects how people really learn to speak with confidence, and I'm proud to say this method has now helped countless learners around the world. As this method continues to evolve, we are now launching a new phase with a comprehensive guidebook that includes real-world dialogues, guided activities, and the most important phrases that you'll actually use when speaking English. You can be part of this movement and gain access to powerful tools that will help you move beyond passive learning and step into active, daily English use. Let me share something with you. This isn't about enrolling in a class and sitting quietly while a teacher lectures about grammar. This is about connecting with people. When I hosted a community event in Vietnam with our Speak Real English members, we didn't sit in rows or open textbooks. We talked. We laughed. We shared real stories in English. And that's exactly the kind of environment where real fluency grows. When you speak with people, when you make mistakes and learn from them, when you use language to build relationships, that's when English becomes a part of your life. So I want to ask you, what kind of learner are you? Do you wait for instructions, or do you seek opportunities to grow on your own? Are you dependent on someone to guide you every step of the way? Or are you ready to become an independent learner? If you truly want to speak fluently, the first step is to take charge of your learning journey. I remember studying Spanish in college. I knew how to write essays and read stories, but when it came to actually speaking, I felt lost. So I decided to make a change. I started spending time with native Spanish speakers in my community. I listened to how they spoke, I picked up expressions they used naturally, and I practiced those phrases in real conversations. That's where my fluency began. Not in the classroom, but in life. Some of the words I learned weren't even in our textbooks. When I used them in class, my teacher was surprised. She asked me where I had learned those phrases, and I told her the truth: I learned them by talking to real people. That's what I want for you. I want you to break out of the idea that fluency comes from sitting at a desk. It doesn't. It comes from interaction, from real listening, from trying, failing, adjusting, and trying again. That's why I created the Speak Real English 7 Steps to Fluency. These steps are simple but incredibly effective, and they work if you use them consistently and with intention. The first step is to plan. Think ahead. What situations will you need to use English in? Are you going to a job interview? Traveling? Making new friends online? Planning helps you focus your energy and learn the words and expressions you'll actually use. The second step is to listen. Surround yourself with English. Watch shows, listen to podcasts, hear real conversations. You need to hear natural English regularly to develop an ear for the rhythm and sound of the language. The third step is to check. When you come across new phrases or words, take a moment to understand them. Look them up, ask someone, find examples. Make sure you really grasp their meaning and how they're used. Then we move to step 4, repeat. Repetition builds memory. Say the word out loud. Use it in a sentence. Repeat it the next day and the day after. This is how your brain holds on to new information. The fifth step is to connect. Use English to talk to others. Join conversation groups. Find speaking partners online. Make English part of your relationships. That connection will keep you motivated and help you learn faster. Step 6 is to use. Practice doesn't have to be perfect. Use the English you know in your daily life. Order coffee in English. Write your to-do list in English. Talk to yourself in English if you need to. The key is to keep it active. And the final step is to review. Go back to what you've learned. Remind yourself of new words. Refresh your memory so that you can use them confidently in conversation. Fluency is not about knowing 1,000 words. It's about using the ones you do know with ease and comfort. I want you to trust yourself. Believe in your ability to speak clearly, naturally, and confidently. Every person has the power to learn and use language. It's part of who we are as humans. We're built to connect. And language is our most powerful tool for doing that. Whether you're learning English for work, travel, friendships, or simply personal growth, you can do this. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to know every word. You just need to keep moving forward. Practice, engage, explore, and speak. Thank you for spending this time with me and with the Speak Real English community. If this message resonated with you, I encourage you to connect with us online. Come join the conversation, share your journey, and let us know how Speak Real English has helped you grow. If you found value in what we shared today, invite your friends to join us too. Language is a bridge. Let's use it to connect more deeply with the world and with each other. Speak real, speak often, and speak with confidence.